Third Division Colchester took the lead against Hereford of the Vauxhall Conference after just 10 minutes of their Littlewood-sponsored FA Cup tie at Layer Road. David Gregory finishing off the move with a measured chip. But Hereford, relegated from the league last season, earned themselves a replay 15 minutes into the second half. Neil Grayson finished off this free kick. The replay is on Tuesday week.
If it wasn't a seismic shock at Glanford Park, there was certainly a substantial tremor. Scunthorpe, going well in Division 3, were rocked by a goal from Ian Robinson. And to rub it in, the touch on came from Matt Carmichael, a former Scunthorpe player. They were into the last quarter of an hour before the equaliser arrived. When it came, it was so well struck by Jamie Forrester that nobody could argue with Scunthorpe's right to a replay.
Lincoln City, top of the third division, had a real battle at home to Yorkshire part-timers Emley of the Unibond Premier League. Emley thought they'd won it when, with only 5 minutes to go, former Manchester United player Daniel Graham made it 2-1. But Lincoln equalised in the 90th minute after a goal straight out of the Buster Keaton school of scoring. Terry Fleming's second goal of the game, producing not quite a V for victory roll, but more an R for replay on Wednesday week.
More than 3,500 at Fenland Park, new barriers installed to ensure efficient segregation. And on the pitch, Wisbech kept their barriers intact until early in the second half. Then Peter Beadle broke through and Bristol Rovers had the reward for all their pressure. 10 minutes from time, that was reinforced by a second goal, this time from Barry Hales. Back to the Doc Martens League for Wisbech.
Half-time, Rotherham 0, Kings Lynn 0. Full-time, Rotherham 6, Kings Lynn 0. Here's the sixth and best from substitute Danny Hudson, right at the death. Death to the King.
Having knocked out Leyton Orient last season, Stevenage fancied their chances at Cambridge and fancied them even more when Colin Foster brought down Dean Wordsworth. The penalty was side-footed in by Gary Crawshaw. With half an hour remaining, Stevenage were down to 10 men. With 7 minutes left, Martin Butler's equaliser brought relief for manager Roy McFarland.
Of course, the longer it went on, you were looking and saying, well, when is it going to break for us? And when we did equalise with about 7 minutes to go, I still felt we had 1 or 2 half chances after that we maybe, could have won the game and got through the round.
What would third division Peterborough do without Jimmy Quinn? Posh were looking anything but when Danny Shipp made it 2-1 to Dagenham and Redbridge with just 20 minutes to go at London Road. But the former Reading player-manager scored twice to help his new club into the third round. 15 minutes from time, he scored his first, a messy affair, to make it 2-2. 8 minutes from time, his trusty left foot did it again. Quinn has now scored 19 goals this season. He's the highest scorer in English professional football. Well, he is only 38.
Nothing more bizarre in this second round than this incident at Hensford. Darren Roberts' penalty kick was the only goal. Then, aiming to put the ball in a second time to celebrate, Roberts kicked the goalkeeper. Now, kicking goalkeepers is not in the spirit of the game, however excited you may be. The match winner ordered to sit out the rest of the game.
There seemed leagues, not just one, between these two sides when they met at Moss Rose. Roger Bowley, brother of former French international Basile, scored the first. A penalty made it 2-0 before Adrian Vivash rose unopposed to head the third. Macclesfield then had a man sent off, and the 10 men conceded 4 more goals, 2 of them scored by Gary Porter. Macclesfield's miserable day was completed when John Hodge scored his second and Walsall's 7th in the very last minute.
Grimsby were entitled to be just a little apprehensive about meeting Chesterfield, last season's semi-finalists. However, a goal from Graham Rodger was an early setter of nerves, and that allowed some fluent passing to generate a second goal. Lee Nogan the scorer. Chesterfield, though, showed the qualities that served them so well last season. After Harry Willis had retrieved one against his former club, defender Ian Breckin's shot found its way through, and that takes them back to Saltergate for another try.